What's up, guys? Coach Madden, official trainer, YouGoProBaseball.com, and today I've got for you 3 hitting drills you should never do. Of course, I wouldn't leave you hanging that way. I wouldn't just show you what you shouldn't do, but I'm going to offer you some alternatives to these hitting drills that I see done a lot, which shouldn't be done, and then I'll give you 3 alternatives. So 3 good drills, 3 bad drills, 3 good drills. Here we go. The first hitting drill you should never do. I saw this on Instagram the other day. A guy was sitting down, had a tee out here, and he was actually doing this rapid speed, which is even worse in my opinion. But he was just here swinging and hitting these balls like this. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but my hands are getting out and away from my body. It seems like a good drill because I'm working on my hands here, but my hands, when I'm sitting like this, my hands are getting away from my body and I'm really working on a bad swing, bad hand path, bad arms. Everything is bad in this drill. So you never really want to do this drill. An alternative to this is to set your hips going forward a little bit, okay? Get a little bit closer to the tee, and you want to promote the correct hand path. So now I'm going to be set up here. I can get a little bit loaded. Now I can get to a good contact point. When I'm sitting so far back like I was before, getting out and around, I'm doing more harm than I am good, especially if I'm doing that drill in rapid speed. Now if we slow it down and go one ball at a time, I've got my hips turned in already a little bit, and now I could work on the proper contact point. So you got to find that good spot, which for me is going to be right about here, and then I'm just going to work on loading, staying inside, and driving. So similar drill, we're just turning the hips in a little bit, working on a load and a good contact point. Thinking about line drives. The second hitting drill you should never do, I saw a couple times online, and it's where guys will drop that back knee all the way down to the ground and then work on hitting, okay? Now I get the idea behind this drill is to work on having that knee come down and in, because that's what you want to do in the swing, but it doesn't happen like that. You don't just drop that knee in to get to that position. You want to drive that knee in. So there's a big difference. And this movement is working on kind of collapsing and falling, when this movement is working on driving that back knee in. So here's the bad drill. I'm gonna have to lower this down a little bit. Here's the hitting drill you should never do. Let me show you again. This drill is bad because you're changing your eye levels, you're working on collapsing your backside. It's just no good all around. The alternative to this drill is to really just be conscious of your back knee and what it's doing, and think about driving it in, okay? Really driving that back knee. So it should look like this when we're swinging. I drove that back knee in, I didn't collapse it. Now when checking yourself after you swing, your head does want to be over your back knee, but I drove in to get there, not collapsed. And the third hitting drill you should never do is swing off the Griffey tee. I don't know if you guys remember the Griffey tee, but it was a elongated U-shaped at a downward angle. I don't have one here because I never use it, and you should never use it too if you have one. Because in theory, it's a good idea because you want your hands coming down like that to the ball. But what happens is if you create enough energy in your swing, you're gonna get bat lag. And if you were to use this device, you'd be smashing into the bars that it has all the time. And you would think that your swing is bad. In fact, you would have a good swing. So you never want to do a hitting drill where you're swinging down on that ball, chopping down on that ball. In fact, I used to play baseball with Josh Donaldson, one of the best hitters in the game. We went to Auburn University together, and he says he never does a hitting drill that doesn't promote a good swing plane. So obviously the Griffey would not fall into this category because we're chopping down at the ball. So a good swing plane means that we're getting in the zone early and staying there for a while, getting through that baseball. So we always want to focus on having a good swing plane no matter what hitting drill we're doing. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're a coach that used one of these 3 bad hitting drills and you think I'm a big idiot, give me the thumbs down. I know this video is going to be a little controversial because there's I see a lot of these drills being done out there. So if you got something to say in the comments, go ahead. I'd love to talk to you there. I would just never do these 3 hitting drills myself or with my guys. They don't make sense to me. And that's what I try to think of when I'm doing these things. Like Donaldson says, you know, every hitting drill that you're doing should focus on swing plane, okay? You should be really focusing on practicing a good swing. If you're working on drills, that's what you should be doing. So leave a comment below. Let me know whether you liked it or you hated it. Let's talk a little bit down there. Of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because I got a bunch more videos coming real soon. Some stuff that I think you'll really like. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video.